and gentlemen. Today, we are here to tell you the story of Malaysia, the dreams and visions we have for this nation that will move your heart into creating a step for change. Will you stand with us to turn this hope into a shared reality? Let us begin our journey of transformation. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country renowned for its beautiful and magnificent natural environment. The tropical rainforest encompasses between 59% to 78% of Malaysia's total land area, and it is home to many wildlife species of mammals, birds, and reptiles. Beyond the verdant landscapes, Malaysia is blessed with stunning coastlines and vibrant marine life, flourish in the embrace of South China Sea and the Sulu Sea. Geographically, the South China Sea separates Malaysia into two regions, Peninsular Malaysia and East Malaysia. Peninsular Malaysia shares a land border with Thailand to the north and Singapore to the south, while East Malaysia share land borders with Brunei and Indonesia. Internally, Malaysia is further divided into 13 states and 3 federal territories, each fostering a rich tapestry of ethnicities and religions. The population of Malaysia today is estimated to be approximately 34 million. That is a rough growth from 287,000 in the 1800s. Life expectancy had further increased from 30-year-old in the 1800s to 75-year-old in 2022. The majority of the people in Malaysia comprises Malays alongside other ethnicity, including Chinese, Indian, and indigenous communities. Moreover, despite Islam being the official religion, Malaysia embraces religious diversity, allowing the free practice of Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and other beliefs. In terms of economy, Malaysia is classified as a developing country with a rapid pace of growth. The GDP per capita in PPP is estimated at $27.4k, surpassing neighboring countries like Thailand and Indonesia, but falling short of the levels seen in Singapore and the USA. Nevertheless, Malaysia ranks as the 38th largest GDP in the world. Looking at the statistics and charts, everything seems to be going well in Malaysia. Then it comes to us with a question: what is the problem? What is the center of the issue that we are trying to address today? Malaysia is relatively behind in terms of women's rights in comparison with other improving areas like economy, education, literacy, and other factors that we have previously presented. In a study published by IPSOS in 2021 about the top issues faced by women worldwide, sexual harassment, sexual violence, and physical violence ranked the highest. It was not much of a big difference in Malaysia, as sexual harassment, sexual violence, and sexualization of women in the media are at the top of the list. Let us dive into these issues by examining the top 2, as the other factors are correlational to the bigger picture. Sexual harassment is one of the highest women equality issues faced in Malaysia. Sexual harassment can take many various forms, such as physical, sexual, verbal, gestural, visual, online, and even psychological. Many myths of sexual harassment exist in Malaysia. By myth, we mean gaslighting. Some of their gaslighting statements include, "What's the big deal? It's only touching, catcalling, sexual jokes, or flirting." On the contrary, it's a huge deal. Sexual harassment is about power imbalance, whereby the harasser makes the survivor feel degraded, humiliated, offended, and intimidated through their action. Only young women or girls get harassed. Any woman can get sexually harassed, be it young or old, attractive or unattractive. Gender stereotypes can bias perceptions of who can be harassed. Why do you wear short skirts? Get so friendly with that person? Stay out so late alone with that person? You asked for it. This is victim blaming. By scrutinizing survivors on the basis of these factors, one is essentially holding responsible for being sexually harassed, when accountability should be, by right, be fully placed on the harasser for committing the violation. I heard that women like to falsely make up stories of sexual harassment so that they can get back at people they don't like or even claim benefits. While false claims do exist and should be acknowledged, this should not discount the fact that sexual harassment underreporting remains disproportionately more pervasive. Currently, there are enforced laws on sexual harassment in Malaysia, falling under the Penal Code, which deals with criminalizing a range of sexual offenses, from assault to public indecency, with varying penalties depending on the severity of the offense. There is also the Employment Act 1955, which criminalizes workplace sexual harassment and requires employers to investigate complaints. Penalties for the alleged perpetrator, employer, or employee include dismissal or other disciplinary actions.
Next, sexual violence. Sexual violence is defined as a sexual act against a person, including but not limited to sexual abuse, incest, rape, and assault. Malaysians have a good understanding of what violence against women mean. However, 53.3% of Malaysians believe that sexual violence is a normal reaction to stress or frustration. Moreover, misconceptions about sexual violence relating to women are prevalent, as 51.3% felt that violence occurs due to the way women dress. 43% on the other hand believe that women have caused the issue to perpetuate anger among men that triggers them to lose control. And 26.5% believe that sexual violence is forgivable in such occasion. Sexual harassment and sexual violence is a true crime, as it does not stop from the moment it ends, but it leaves a lifelong scar on the victim. It not only includes physical health, but psychological and emotional terror and trauma. Though the impact on sexual harassment and violence may differ according to the individual, it generally takes quite a time for the victims to recover. Moreover, most of the time in cases relating to sexual harassment and violence, it is common for victims to blame themselves. Thus, it is important for the Malaysian government and citizens to shed light on the issue and create a safer environment where women can be protected. We can start this today, at this very moment. As future graduates of Handong Global University majoring in law and education, we envision a women's health center in Malaysia. Our vision through the establishment of the center is to educate and protect women against sexual harassment and violence. Why specifically focus on education and law? According to UNICEF, comprehensive sexuality education provides children with relevant, age-appropriate, and factual information so that they are prepared against offenders attempting to harm them. Moreover, World Health Organization published a research article on the importance for countries to assess comprehensive sexuality education to prevent violence against women, as globally, 1 in 4 young women experience sexual violence. It is important to educate women and children, as oftentimes they are not aware of what counts as sexual harassment or violence. Malaysia tends to hide these sort of things as it is a taboo topic, when in reality, it should be widely recognized. As future educators, we envision a center where women are properly educated about sexual awareness. This is so that they can learn to protect themselves in the case of harassment or violence before it gets too late. Aside from education, our commitment extends to helping women who have faced sexual harassment and violence with legal guidance. Through this initiative, our goal is to offer assistance to women in the best way possible and empower them to recognize that they need not bear the burden of concealment, but rather speak up and fight for justice through the law. Walk with us together as we change our hopes and dreams into a reality and become the main sources of what changes the world. Save the woman in Malaysia. Thank you.